Today topic title name is My Dad, Charlie and Me. I'm going to read this story. It's I think it's helped to me in pronunciation, so I daily try to read one book's story. Okay, so you can also listen that story. Okay. My dad, Charlie, and me is the title of the story. My father's long and successfully career began in the days of vaudeville, the famous ventriloquist Edgar Berged, and of sorry, it's so difficult oaths. His equally famous wooden sidekick, Charlie McCarthy, delight theater and later radio and television audiences for decades. So when I was born, it was only natural that I was known in the press, not a Candice Bergen. But as Charlie's sister, as a little girl, I sometimes perform with Lady and Daddy and Charlie. I recited my well-learned lines with considerable poise and police, a daughter determined to make good. Many years later, in the summer of 1978, my father called a press conference at the Brown Derby in Beverly Hills to announce his retirement. Okay, retirement. Half wondering whether anyone would show up. He was surprised when the press conference packed was carried on the evening news. His final appearance, he announced, would be a 3 week engagement as Caesars Palace in Las Vegas on a bill with Andy Williams. This was a serious risk for a man who not 6 months before he had been hospitalized in coronary intensive care, but as soon as the offer had been made, he was hell bent on accepting it, determined one last time to play the palace on the top of the bill. Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, just like way back when, here was an opportunity to go out in style. My mother went with him to Las Vegas, and no, and on opening night, my brother Chris and I were there to surprise him. We were sitting out front as the lights dimmed and the music started up, hoping he would make it smoothly through the routines, terrified that he might not. The three of us barely breathed as the orchestra laid into Charlie My Boy. The familiar theme brought into America's living rooms by radio 30 years before. There were many there that night who remembered. People for whom Edgar and Charlie were old fireside friends, and as Bergen walked from the wings with McCarthy at his side, the applause was long and alive with memories. My father stood straight and proud on the stage, his right hand on Charlie's back. For his occasions, his final farewell, he had insisted on playing again in white tie and tails. He was, after all, an elegant man, a poised and graceful presence commanding center stage. Well, Charlie Bergen, you old windbag, I will kill ya. So help me, I will mow you down. And they slipped into the familiar pattern of a partnership that had lasted 60 years. The routine was flawless bargain reasoning. MC Carthy, saucy and raising the steady laughter of the audience, the frequent applause. Nothing could stop them, and the audience kept asking for more. My mother sat still as a statue, her concentration looked on the man on the stage. Only her lips move as she unconsciously mouthed the dialogue she had followed for 35 years, as if willing it to come out right. Each of us knew by heart the lines of the routines that had spanned our lives. But that night we heard them fresh as if for the first time. Perhaps because we sense it would be the last. The act ended with a soundtrack from their old radio shows. A montage of Bergen and MC Carthy memories, John Barrymore jousting with Charlie, Marilyn Monroe and Charlie's MC Carthy announcing their engagement. W.C. felt threatening to split Charlie into Venetian blinds, flashbacks of famous boys from the past up on stage. Edgar and Charlie cooked their heads swapped, knowing glances and chuckled softly as they looked up, listening wistfully to their lives. Then my father says simply, in vaudeville, every act has to have a close. And I think for me, the close has come, and it's time to pack up my little friend and say goodbye. Good night, good bless, and thank you all for listening. As the orchestra play his favorite September song, he picked up Charlie and walked off stage. The three of us smiled and cried, trying to compose ourselves before the house light came up. The audience rose to its feet, applauding him with deep affection, grateful to share his farewell. And there were photographers in his dressing room backstage as we entered, and we had to press our way through the throng. He hugged Chris and my mother. Then I came forward, weeping my eyes. We held each other tight. The love of lifetime was squeezed into those moments once again. I start sobbing, so proud of him, so happy for him, so sad knowing somehow that it was a last goodbye, his to an audience, ours to him. The review of the show were unanimous, effusive in their praise. The next 3 days' performance went just as smoothly, with standing ovations at the end of each. After the fourth night's performance, my father went to sleep in good spirits. My mother rose early, half opened the blinds, and called to him. Several moments passed before she realized he was dead. He had gone um, peacefully while he slept. For my father, there would have been no better ending. It was one he might have written himself, and who can say that he hadn't? There, there was the supreme sense of timing ingrained ingrained over 60 years of performing. Just as in vaudeville he knew when to close. Candice Berg was the writer of this story. So it's a story I don't understand, just a little bit I understand, but actually I don't know is it help me in future or not. But I'm trying to learn and trying to do better. But I have no friend to. So sorry, I have friend, but I can't talk with him, and I don't get. I don't. I did not get better experience to communicate with friend. So I'm trying to learn this book, and at the future I will sure talk to with everyone and talk to strangers in English, and I improve my communication skill by learn English. English is the main point which helps to push our communication in improve and out of level, helps to get out of level of the communication. So I am trying to learn English. I hope you all are support me for this journey. Thank you.